Hey everybody, Rob Mullins here. How's it going? Good to see you. And today we're going to talk about how to get free from your charts, from your huge, lengthy combo, big band charts, from your real book page, from all that stuff that's standing in your way and keeping you from playing a song well. So while I pull up the worksheet, I want to tell you guys a quick little story. And this is this is one where I have to chuckle because I remember the day that this happened. So I'm working in a college as a clinician, right? And I come in, and a lot of times, high schools, junior colleges, even pro bands will hire me just as a third party, an objective observer to come in and before they do a concert and help the band to get polished, help the director finalize working out any issues with any players that are causing a problem, make sure the ensemble is tight, make sure the soloists know what key they're in and what scale they're playing on. And don't forget to download the worksheet. Now, caveat about the disclaimer about the worksheet is that I'm using this page from a Bach piano piece as an example of the kind of thing that makes you go brain dead. When you open up your folder or your iPad and you look at the chart for the song you're going to do in jazz band or combo, and you see something kind of like this, and you just go, oh man, what the heck am I going to do? With all this written information, I just want to jump off a bridge. So I'm working with this school and they're playing an old classic tune called In the Mood by Glenn Miller. And that was one that my mom used to listen to. It's a very simple tune, but everybody was at the mercy of the notator or the notator slash arranger. And a lot of times when these notators are doing these charts, they're getting paid by the page, they're getting paid by the note, they're getting paid so that a non-musical accountant would look at all this information and say, well, that was worth $100. It doesn't matter if it's musical or not, because a lot of people are super visually oriented. More than 80% of the people in the world are visually oriented as a top priority instead of audio oriented. And as a musician, producer, whatever you're doing, singer, you need to be thinking about what do things sound like before you think about what they look like. And it's really hard to do that in the world of YouTube because everybody's all about the visuals. You know, you film a video. Oh, I saw there was a pencil out of place. Ooh, I saw that there was a jitter in the screen. I saw. Nobody cares what you saw because you're trying to get through, in this case, this poor guy, the bass player, he had a 19-page chart in front of him to In the Mood. He had two music stands up and they started off the tune. It was a blazing fast swing tune. And he was just sweating bullets the whole time because he really needed 5 or 6 music stands, a free arm to just go whap, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page, turn the page. And, you know, it's not a hard tune, but it's a fast tune. And for him, that was hard. So I watched him flounder for about 36 bars before I just went to the director and said, stop the band, please. And I went over and I looked at this guy's chart and I said, man, are you okay? You know, what's going on with you? He says, just, well, look at this mess. I mean, I've got all these pages, I have all these notes, I have all this stuff to remember, and I'm completely overwhelmed. So what I did is I got a piece of music paper, and I basically wrote him out this, which is the crux of the lesson and how you escape charts and being buried in notation and black stuff and ink all over the page and loosen your mind. You got to answer 4 questions and then you make yourself a little cheat sheet. So here we go. Question number 1. What key is it in? This tune is in A flat and the mood is in A flat. And that's the original key. That was the key it was in the new arrangement. So great. So you play the scale up and down a couple times. Okay, I'm in A flat, fine. Then you got to figure out number 2. What is the tempo? How fast is it? 230 beats a minute swing? That's pretty darn quick. Boom, do, 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 right? That's clipping along really fast. So once you figure out your tempo, that's number two. Number three, what is your pattern going to be? And I'm not playing any audio today. We're just going to look at this and just recognize that pattern as that's a 40s or 50s, really simple 1, 3, 5, 6, and then octave 5, 6, 3, and it repeats do 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 dee do 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 dee do do do. That's it. That's the pattern of the tune. And so we're now going to number 4. What is the song structure or the form? So I determined really quickly that it's a 12-bar blues because I could hear that. I could hear the 1 going to the 4, to the 5, and back to the 1. 12-bar blues. Okay, cool. We call that the head, all right? So your head is right here. That's 12 bars long. Before that, for those of you that know the tune, there's an 8-bar intro where it's the trumpet section and the drummer take the first 4 bars and there's a little figure for 4 bars with a couple of stops, and blam, off you go playing the head. Now, the head's going to go however many times the head is going to go. But if you already know that the head's a 12-bar blues and you're just going to play a pattern, then you don't have to go, oh my God, where am I in this mess? You don't have to. Just count bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 10, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, repeat. That's it. Now, there's a little bridge in the mood where it goes to a C minor 7, then a B diminished, then a B flat minor 2, 7, and a E flat 7, 5. That happens for 8 bars or 16. Right, that's the bridge. So there you got your bridge, and then it solos over the 12-bar blues form. All right, and it's the same kind of thing. You glance at the chart. Okay, I'm doing the same thing on and on and on and on and on. Now, it doesn't always work for horn parts like that to this level of simplicity, but it mostly does with everything. You got your solos, comes back to the head. In the old version of In the Mood, towards the end, everybody gets really quiet at the end of the 12 bars. There's a couple of pedal tones. Then there's what you call a shout chorus that gets really loud. And then you play your ending. Okay. So I've taken something that was like this right here, and it was 19 pages long. I mean, we counted them as 1 through 19. And I felt so bad for the guy. And then I wrote this down for him on a half, actually it wasn't even a full piece of paper, on a half sheet of paper. And I handed him this and I said, read this, do this, and then stop looking at those 19 pages. Now you can do this with a real book tune. Same kind of an idea. Great American Songbook tunes, there's 16 bars of information. There's 32 bars in the song form, but there's really only an A section that repeats. That's 16. And you got your B, that's 8 more, 24. Then you play the A again, and that's your 32 bars. And that just goes on and on and on. You take solos over that, you give the drummer some, you come back in maybe at the bridge after the drummer solos or whatever, and you play the head, and then you put an ending on, and you're done. So you don't want to be at the mercy of the notator and the arranger. Don't be at the mercy of those people, because what you want to do is having to stop looking. Memorize what you're playing. And then if you have to look at something, if you're the bass player, look at the drummer. Make sure you're in sync with the drummer. If the conductor is waving his arms at you, be looking at the conductor, because he might stop the band, start the band, tell you to cut a section. You can scratch that on, cut this repeat or whatever. No big deal. Or, play real quiet, play real loud, whatever. But if you're buried looking at this kind of madness right here, you're going to miss all the cues from the director. You're going to not know whose solo is going to be next. You're going to not know where you're at in the tune. So you got to find out what key are you in, what tempo are you playing at, what is your basic pattern that you're going to play. Look at the song structure and the form, and then become a musician. Don't be stuck to your charts and your sheet music. Okay. All right. Well, it's a short one today. I hope you learned something and enjoyed it. And I'm out for now. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.